change the course of your life. You might change the course of your life. So as you're joining, welcome. Thank you so much. We're going to be in Espanol in just a few minutes. We're trying to test the feeds on different platforms. Today, it has been kind of like challenging, but we're here. Anyways, so I'm going to go forward and I'm going to just be here with you for the next few minutes. But faith isn't pretending. Faith, when you have faith, when you don't see the things right now, it's completely fine. It's okay because there is an appointed purpose when you don't see the things, and that is the very, very point. That's the key that you need to be paying attention to, because faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things that are not seen. And this scripture is so beautiful because whenever you're given a dream, whenever you have something that from when you were little, or you just discovered it, and that you need to get this thing done, it might be a business, it might be that you want to be an entrepreneur, maybe you want to be a business owner in your city, you want to open up a school, you want to open up a salon. This has been given to you by design, not just because you just want to go and make money. Everybody can make money in different ways, but whenever you have faith that something was placed in your heart for a reason, and you see the things before you have evidence, this is huge. And you can find this in Hebrews 11:1. I'm not going to be preaching here, but I'm telling you basic stuff that is based in the Bible. Whether you are a believer or not, these things can inspire you, can transform your life. And that means that you move first without actual proof. That means that you start doing the things without you having the entire thing set up. Maybe you don't even know what business you're going to enter into. Maybe you don't even know what things you're going to do. You have a vision, you have a calling, you have, an itch to do something different and better, but you still don't know how. You need to get started because you need to see the things before you can even actually see them. I learned this from Jim Rohn. And Jim Rohn said that you don't need to have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. You don't need to have all of the finances. You don't need to have the investors to start your business. You don't need to have, the connections, the people. Everything will show up on its own if you get started. And also, there's another quote by Norman Vincent Peale that I really love. Change your thoughts and you change your world. If you change how you think, how you are actually thinking and having faith on the things, you're going to change the course of your life. It's very simple. We think it's rocket science. It is not. And here's the truth that no one tells us. When we keep saying this never will work for me, I don't think that this relationship is going to work out, I can't lose weight, I can't find more customers, I cannot do this. Our mind goes into work proving right, proving that we're completely right. But when we decide, just listen to this, and there are many theological things behind it. I'm not trying to tell you, that everything you believe is going to come to pass, and as long as you just chant it over and over and over is going to happen. That's not the point. But whenever you decide that there has to be a better way, that yes, I might not have this thing yet, but I'm working towards getting there. I'm working towards believing that there's a way for me to just get a business started, to have a better income, to have better health, to have better relationships. There's a scripture that calls it very plainly, and that is, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You and I, my friends, need to be thinking differently. If you want to have a better life, I mean, come on. You can't be living in a negative state. And I'm telling you, because I've been there every single day. I'm not perfect. I'm human just like you and many other people. We are facing challenges daily. We do face, different situations in business, in family, in, different places where we go, in the gym, with our customers, with people who want to know more about what we have, with different things. But one thing that separates the successful, separates those who are blessed, those who are, going forward and successful. I'm going to tell you one thing. There's a definition of success according to the regular people. I'm talking about, believers, because most of the followers of this page are believers. And, if you are not, thank you for being here anyways. But there is a definition of success when we are, believers, when we are truly sons or daughters of the Most High God. And that is, success is not defined by your bank account. Success is not defined by, all the things that you might have, all the purses, all the watches, all the things, all the material stuff. That's good. That's very beautiful. You should enjoy it. You should have it. But that's not the definition of success. The definition of success, true success, is when we do not conform, but we're transformed by renewing our mind, by actually thinking differently. Instead of thinking the worst things, instead of thinking that things are not going to work out, that our relationships are still going to be stinking all the time, if we believe that things will work for the best, we will start seeing things for the better. And believing is in the unseen does not mean that you're being reckless. It means that you're being intentional. It means taking action aligned with the future you want. Yes, that's what it means. Your family right now might not be in the best situation financially. You might be thinking, well, Danny, I just lost my job, or, I don't have customers anymore. There's, a shortage of X, Y, and Z. And yes, it could be very clear. But whenever you are acting through faith, seeing the things, believing before you have evidence, you will start seeing how things will change, because that's how it works. It's a law. And it's not only a law, but it's science. It is proven that and I'm going to give you a proof right now. If you're watching this video, whether you're watching live or on a replay, I'm going to challenge you to look at the room where you are. I'm here in my studio, which is, part, it's very beautiful. But, let's pick a color. I'm going to pick the color red. Now, pick red in the room where you are. And, let's look at red. I see red there, red there, red there, red there, red everywhere. I want to tell you one thing. That's called, in science, the reticular activating system. Go and Google it, or put it on ChatGPT or on Grok, and you're going to be able to see what I'm saying. Now, did I see red? Probably once or twice, but my brain started counting red, the things that are not even red, like orange and pink. That's how we operate. That's how faith operates, is being intentional and being, just really making things up. That sounds crazy, right? But faith, literally, it is like taking things that are not even existing and believing them. That is what faith is. Some of you feel this way right now, like I was at some point. Some of you are feeling like, I'm tired, I'm just surviving, I'm, working here, I have a job, I have a business, I have a family, and you're just barely making it, man. I want to tell you one thing. Take faith on. Take courage on. You're ready to build something better, but you need to start thinking different. You need to start from a point of faith. And you know what? I'm going to leave you with this. If you're discouraged today, there is a better way, my friends. There is a better way. Success doesn't mean that you have to have all the millions and billions. Yes, that's beautiful. But success means like you are fulfilling your purpose. And fulfilling your purpose could be starting a new business, could be having enough finances to take care of your family. And now, There's a scripture I love that says, "Now to him who is able to do immeasurable, more than all we ask or imagine." Just think about that. There is a good Lord that loves you, that loves me, that is seeing what you're doing in the marketplace, that is seeing what you're doing, at your job, at your school, and that is waiting for you to actually believe, to actually take on your calling, your vocation, your, assignment in this world. And a mindset of scarcity is not going to get you there. It's not gonna get you there. It's just as hard as it is. You need to start thinking better and bigger. So I'm gonna leave you with this. Don't scroll past by this. Really think about what you want to do and have faith. Believe before you can even see the things. And when you start believing, you start acting. And if you start acting and doing, even before you feel prepared to do a business or to start, I don't know, like a practice, or do something different, or change your career, start doing, start connecting with people, and you will see how everything will change. Okay, so I'm gonna leave you with this thing as well. Send me a word more if you want to work with us. We work personally with people. We coach them, we mentor them, for free, mostly. I'm not selling you anything, but yes, we do have a business opportunity. I'm not gonna lie to you. So if you want to know more, just send me a message with more. And I believe, I believe that if you act as if you're going to your purpose and you're every single day walking to it, you will get there. As long as you don't lose the faith, as long as you are taking action, I believed that there is a better future for both of us, for all of us. We'll see you. Thank you so much, Barry, for being here.